She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Yeah! Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did have.
Hello there. Welcome back to my channel and all that YouTubey stuff. I have been gone for a very long time, so I actually thought I should just do like a little video that's kind of like a life updatey, kind of like where the fuck is she been, kind of, you know, combined into one video. So yeah, I haven't really posted. I actually don't know what I last posted, so I can imagine it was a vlog of some kind, but I'm not even sure if I was in Jamaica. So basically, just I thought I should recap on what's been going on in my life, because whatever I've posted is very much out of date. I was pretty much posting vlogs that were like, I edit my own vlogs. I do my own stunts. So like, I obviously, when it comes to editing videos, that slows me down a lot, which is something that I'm going to change. But like, that's something that I've always just like ended up posting vlogs that are like maybe even like a year out of date kind of thing. But I just thought the content was good, and I don't think anyone really cares that much like about me posting consistently. So I just thought it was a fun space to release like some of the things that go on in my life. And so as an update, since I last posted, I definitely went back to Jamaica for like 3 months. I didn't really vlog any of that, so apologies. I do still have one vlog from 2023 in the spring, summer, when I was like in Jamaica for 3 months. So I'll still be posting that, and I definitely want to get those bits out because it was just a really fun experience living in Jamaica. So to recap, I went back to Jamaica from end of November to the end of like February. I think I got back to England on the 1st of March. So I was away for like 3 months again. I had an amazing time. I was there for Christmas, my birthday, New Year's, Valentine's Day. It was a very great experience just being there for that long again. And as someone that, you know, like loves Jamaica, I think it's very different when you spend like a lot of time, like, you know, when you spend like 3 months somewhere compared to like 10 days. Like the shortest I've been to Jamaica for 10 days, I've been for like 3 weeks. I've been for a month, but 3 months is definitely my favorite. I don't think I get too much, you know. I'm never like bored of Jamaica. So yeah, it's just a really great place to like be able to live, and I feel very lucky to have had like the experiences of like being able to stay out there that long. And you know, I would definitely one day like to live there. To recap on a work level, like obviously my channel is about work, so like I basically was working a little bit out there, like on filming. Like, so you may have seen I did an interview with Valiant while I was out there. I did a lot of like interviews that I actually interviewed a lot of like kind of more local talent. I interviewed a rapper from Ochi, who is an amazing rapper called Intel, as well as 2 other artists that he's affiliated with. Actually, he's not from Ochi, sorry. I interviewed him in Ochi, but he's actually from St Mary, which is like the next, you know, parish along. But he's a great artist that I know well, and he alongside 2 of the artists that are on like the label that he's under, which is one in Jamaica. I basically ended up interviewing all 3 of them. All I interviewed Intel, and then had the 2 other artists there to perform as well. So there's been some great content that I made while I was out there. There's definitely more that I'm planning on doing as well, so I'm very excited to get back to Jamaica. I also went to Protege's festival, Lost in Time, which was an incredible experience, like one of the best, in fact maybe the, combined with maybe like a Rolling Loud and probably Splash Festival, is in my like top 3 festivals. So Lost in Time was just like a totally different experience for me. It was amazing because it was like all Jamaican artists. Obviously there was like Stoneboy came out. I think everyone else was Jamaican. Pretty much everyone else was Jamaican. But it was like artists that I never kind of imagined I'd see live. Like Governor came out, Massacre came out, Valiant came out. And even though I'd actually interviewed Valiant the week before, I actually hadn't seen him perform live. So that was a great experience. So many people, like, and Jashi, and I'd seen Jashi like the week before too, seen him perform. So I got to see Jashi like twice in about 7-8 days. It was just a really amazing experience, and I like literally was like completely like blown away by Lila Ike. Like I don't think I've like fallen in love with a performer while watching them like that in a while. Like she just has a different energy, like captivating, and just like the way her voice sounds live, like as great as her voice is on records, like live it just like it does something different to me. I don't know, just like you feel everything. So yeah, I'm very passionate about about seeing good music live, and that was just a whole experience I loved. So Protege was amazing too. Obviously it's his festival, and Jesse Royal as well. So they had like a trifecta, a performance trifecta, and it was like the best thing ever. I've never seen like the mechanics of a performance work as well as that, because they had like, you know, so many artists coming out to like kind of do guest spots. Like YG Marley came out, like a lot of high profile artists were coming on the stage, and like it was just like this kind of constant rotation of amazingness. So, and then like, you know, Lila Ike would go off stage, she'd come back with her grandma, like it was amazing. So I think it's like February every year. This was the third year, and I'm assuming it will happen again, but it's in Kingston, Hope Gardens. So definitely if you are planning to, you know, experience Jamaica, that's a great reason to go. In February 25, that will be it. I'll probably be there. So yeah, I just feel like, yeah, Jamaica's like, obviously music is one of the most amazing things in Jamaica. And sorry, I'm talking really fast. I'm just gonna, that's my habit to, yeah. But music is, for me, like one of the most amazing things about Jamaica. So to be able to go on like a tourism trip, go and experience music there, I just think that's the best way to do it. I was actually a guest of Visit Jamaica. That's not why I'm telling you to go to Jamaica. I've been 9 times myself. So, but I was actually in Jamaica, and they invited me to come to the festival, and we had some amazing trips. So we actually went to, it was like an art tour in like downtown Kingston, which was amazing. Like an actual like tour of all these like streets, like kind of, you know, building fronts that were painted with like local artists, and like it was just such an amazing experience. So that was very special. We went to Bob Marley's house. I finally went to Bob Marley's house on my 9th trip to Jamaica. The reason I haven't been before is because this is another tip actually, I think it's like the tour starts, and then you have to wait like an hour or two until the next one. So if you miss it, you basically have best booking ahead, is what I learned, because we just drove in and we couldn't see the house. So very sad times. But that was in 2022. So 2023 I saw Bob Marley's house. Anyway, what else happened in Jamaica? Honestly, like my life in Jamaica was a very like, it was like a transformative experience, like not to, you know, like I'm not trying to make it into something that sounds like cheesy, but like I definitely feel like I came back like a very different person this time. And I think for me, like it was a very healing process, like to, like from like anyone that kind of knows me, even probably as a, you know, as someone that watches my content more like on Instagram, but like I experienced a lot of like loss. Like I grieved for a long time, like after losing my mum, and then like a lot of friends passed away, like a lot of people died. My dog died, so anyone that remembers my OG days, like when I was like, you know, 2014, etc., when I was doing my radio show, like my dog would come into every single show I recorded. She'd be in like the room when I was recording my radio show, and then she died like a year after my mum. So I had like a lot of back-to-back grief that made me kind of, you know, obviously made me like depressed and stuff, but I think it all kind of did affect my work to a certain extent. So yeah, like I don't feel like it was, obviously I wish no one had died, but like I don't, you know, I don't regret any of the kind of the way it affected my life, but I do feel that like I could be seen to have like fallen off in some sense. It's like, you know, what I was doing before work-wise, like I just couldn't be fucked to do anymore. Just because it was exhausting. And I think it's anyone that's been depressed, or anyone that's grieved, like for someone that was close to them, and like, or especially multiple people, will know that it's just like the last thing you really kind of can or like want to do, let alone can do, is like keep up with your kind of normal life. So for me, for a long time, I was just kind of doing what I had to do to just, yeah, get shit done. And then, and like obviously if again, if anyone knows me, they probably know I have a magazine called Viper, so having my own business to run was the main thing. I had to get that done. So yeah, from there I just kind of think like I started to prioritize like what was, you know, vital, and like, yeah, it didn't include, you know, some of the other things I was known for, which included DJing. So yeah, a lot of the radio stuff, like it just, yeah, I think it's, yeah, I just made choices to have a certain kind of career, and that was more of a business owner and a journalist, like behind the scenes, rather than like kind of being like a voice of music. And I don't regret that at all. Like I'm very happy with Viper. Another thing that we should talk about, Viper turned 10. So my baby turned 10, which is obviously a very big moment for any mother. And it's something I'm very proud of. I'm actually looking at Viper on the wall right now. I got my own little magazine wall. but basically, like with Viper, it's something that, yeah, like it's not been easy at all. And like, especially I started it by myself, like being a solo founder is something that, yeah, like it's not easy. So while I'm happy that I did it by myself, it's like, I definitely think it's a better thing to do a business with multiple people, especially one as big as a magazine. So I have the best team in the world. I love everyone that's worked with me on Viper, like, and has made it what it is, because it wasn't just me. But it has been at times like hard to run a business when like when you're depressed and the last thing you want to do is do work or like write emails, like what even are emails when like your mum's died, like. And so I just kind of ended up like, I think I borrowed a little bit into that, and I think as a result, like now, like I just work, like, and I've kind of gone offline, which was not something that I consciously did, but like I think I need to stop doing that, because now whenever I do something online, people are like, oh shit, she's alive, like, and apparently I need to go outside, which is crazy. But yeah, I guess I do need to kind of get myself out, you know, maybe be more social and stuff like that, which is again something that I think when you're grieving, that's another thing that kind of falls out. So yeah, that's enough of the sad shit though. So yeah, I'm very proud of Viper turning 10. I've had an amazing like 3 months in Jamaica. I've actually been back from Jamaica about 3 months, and the reason I said it was so transformative is because apparently I'm like a different person to other people, and like I'm a lot less, I'm not depressed, I'm not anxious, I'm a lot calmer, like I think I've got a bit more organized with work, so I'm a little bit more responsive in, you know, all the projects that I'm working on. So, and I'm now like trying to like start new projects that I'm really excited about. So there's like big projects that I want to do, and like a lot of them include like, basically it's like just doing like a full blown like legacy project, if that makes sense. Like I think like in terms of a legacy project, to me, that's something that would like last time, like something that's not just a business or something like that, but something that's like a you know, piece of content that can kind of, you know, be held in the archives forever. And I think like I've recently got really into archive, like the idea of archive, and like sorry, this is a bit like boring to some people, but I just think that it's like, I'm realizing a lot of people haven't, you know, they're not as old as me, they don't remember certain moments that happen. So like people aren't as like wide-ranging with their references anymore. And like, even it's very tragic to know that certain people I've spoken to recently under 30 don't know who Dapper Dan is, and things like that, that to me are like moments that were so important, like not just in fashion but also in like music, like, you know, in culture. And like I just feel that it's like, now I'm starting to feel like a more of a duty to like to showcase what I know and like what I think is special about culture, and just, yeah, like basically be a bit more like creative in what I'm doing. So I love making the magazines, but I think like I want to do more video, like I want to, you know, like I've been basically cutting these, as I said, I edit my own vlogs, but I also been like filming my own interviews for Viper, like editing them too, and just like being like a one-woman production team, which is something that is really special to me, because when I do that, like my mum basically was, so the whole archive thing, my mum owned an archive like film library, so my mum had like mad like clips of just like random clips. Like some of the best things I've seen she has is like, she had like the first, I think it was the first like video of a gun being fired at a camera, and like this is like must have been like 1920s or something like that, or maybe 1930s, I don't know, but it was like very early film. So I've got access to this amazing library with all this old stuff, and I just think, you know, it's so exciting to look at these old clips. And like, yeah, that's something that when my mum was like maybe like 5 years before she died, she made like a documentary, and like she made this, it was like a documentary that she filmed herself, she did all the interviews and she edited it, and she learned to edit to make it, and she distributed it herself. Like it was so cute, she literally like printed the DVDs out and stuff. And I just like, when I do my own like production, it makes me feel like my mum in me and stuff, and it's like stuff that I saw her do that I know she'd be proud of me doing. And the other person that I feel like that about is Jamal. Like, so Jamal Edwards, I worked for Jamal for like years, for like at least 3 years, and I think everything I learned when I was working on like the SBTV sets and like seeing what he did, it's like Jamal started his own company and he like went and filmed everything himself, he edited it, he put it out, and it's like, I feel like that spirit is like, it pushes me, it motivates me to do these things. So having two people that were very important in my life who passed away, you know, feeling something that makes you feel connected to them, it just makes it feel more special. So that's part of the reason I want to do more like production, and like I definitely want to do more interviews. I'm in my pink booth, which I love my pink booth so much. Like this is like a seating area in my house, and I'm actually going to do some interviews in here because I think another thing I've noticed about my channel, like I just started doing vlogs and only vlogs, and I'm aware I'm speaking to like 500 people or whatever. It's like I know I don't have a huge platform, but like the reason I kind of wanted to do this video is to like start to like engage with the people that do actually care about what I do. Like regardless of how big that group is, like there are people that watch my interviews and have allegedly enjoyed them. So if there's something like specifically you'd like me to do more of, including interviews, and like especially with certain artists, like tell me. So if you want to drop comments on this, just saying like what kind of content you want to see more of, and like if this is dead and you never want to see me do this again, then tell me that, and like I will happily listen to any ideas of like what you want to see me do more of. But personally, I think like vlogs, I think I'm going to get into vlogging like more like my everyday life, and things that are like things that I previously thought of as like potentially boring to a viewer. I'm actually going to start to do them and just kind of see like what people want to see, because I do like there's a side of me that I've like kind of never shown on like any of the channels or like, you know, it's social media things that I've like done. So, and it's not that exciting, but it's like making things. I really like making things. So like I've always, in fact, like for the last almost like I'd say like 8 years, I've made my own like body butter and body creams. Like I make my own like oils for my face, for my hair, like rosemary water, all that shit. So and I'm currently making a calendula oil, which takes like 3 months. So I'm going hard now. I'm going into this like, you know, geeky like layer now. And I just like I enjoy making things. Like I feel like I should show that side of me. Even like Lexi, one of my best friends, Lexi is amazing, and she just like finds it hilarious that I'm like basically this like Martha Stewart person. But like as I told her today, I've just made limoncello, so I'm very excited to now I'm in the alcohol game as well as the beauty. So I just feel like it's really, there's something again, it's something I'm very passionate about, is like making things like from scratch. And like again, with like the fact I do everything with my like content, I like to make it all myself and stuff. I feel the same about like the food I eat and like the drinks I consume, and like literally even like the alcohol, the beauty products I put on my skin. Like I do, and especially like my mum passed away from cancer, so I think there's a consciousness in what I put on my skin that's like subliminally I don't really want to like use loads of processed things, and like I'm getting more like holistic in like every, you know, thing that I do like that. I currently have a little like I say a herb garden. I have some supermarket herbs that I've put into pots, and I'm going to make these guys like, you know, thrive. But I just enjoy that when I cook and I go to my little herb garden, or when I make like a rosemary hair oil from my herb garden. Like it just feels like an experience. So yeah, that's something I've been doing more of. I'm trying to think what else has been exciting, but yeah, here we are. So yeah, the main thing is as well with work, like we do, obviously I'm still going to do the magazine, so there'll be more like things to come with the magazine. But like I say, I think I am going to do just more like my kind of everyday, you know, things I get up to, the random parts of my life, even if I am in the house, for example. Because before I would be like, oh, you can't vlog, you're in your house. And it's like, so like that's where I make my limoncello and my, you know, my products. So I think like that is something that whether I put that out and like no one actually kind of vibes with it, that's yet to be seen. But if it's something that, you know, if people do want to see more than just the work I do for Viper or the interviews that I do, then, you know, it's the right time to find out. So yeah, I think it's a very exciting year. 2024 is fucking crazy, and that's been like a joy to watch, like a bit of a car crash joy. But yeah, I don't know, it's all been a very mad year. So I feel like this is a real time of just, you know, like engaging with positive things, like being more like high vibrational. Like I've got a lot more, like I feel like I've got more spiritual in this year as well, and that's probably just being in a place like Jamaica will probably do that to you, makes you, you know, and being in nature, because I'm in like the countryside when I'm in Jamaica. I'm not in Kingston, like, so it's just more of a like, yeah, a relaxed place where you can be more spiritual, I think. And you know, obviously the country itself like is quite a spiritual place. So yeah, I meditate now, and I never thought I would ever do that, because I used to like imagine, like, if anyone's seen Neverending Story with the big flying, he's not a dog, he's a luck dragon. But basically I used to like imagine myself flying on Falcor. That was my version of meditating, because I just couldn't do it, because I was like basically just manic. Like I couldn't relax enough to meditate. But I do a lot of yoga and meditation now. I just feel like, and I do a lot more exercise, and like, you know, just basically like taking time more. And I think that, yeah, if anything, in like the last 5 years or 6 years since I lost my mum, like all of the craziness has made me kind of just appreciate calm a lot more now. So yeah, I'm still in London. So I found it really hard to adjust to coming back to London. I think it was 6 weeks before I felt like pure like cry on the sofa depression. But it didn't last long, and I think there's many ways. Oh, she says wiping off her eyeliner. There's many ways to be more like, I don't know, just chill in the city. So I'm practicing those forms of relaxing more. But I'm gonna leave this here. I don't know, I've been chatting for like 20 minutes, so I'm not sure if you do actually even care and if you've got to this point, but if you have, I appreciate you very much so, because I think maybe 2 other people have. But I do want to say, definitely let me know what you want to see more of, and like I say, if this is dead, then tell me not to do this again. But more so, tell me who you want me to interview, because I'm going to get a few artists in the pink booth. So any artists that you really want to see me interview, just let me know. But anyway, stay safe in this crazy 2024. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. And thank you for watching.